Have you been mindful this week? Mm. Well, let's see. Welcome back, y'all, to another episode, another topic that I got for y'all. Y'all, today I'm going to talk about cultivating mindfulness in everyday life. Y'all heard me. Cultivating mindfulness in everyday life. Okay? So, we all know that life moves fast and it's so easy to get caught up in stress, right? Overthinking and just the endless to-do list. But what if I told you that you already have access to something that can bring you more peace, clarity, and balance right now? I bet you're like, girl, what? It's called mindfulness. And today, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how you can cultivate mindfulness in everyday life without making it complicated or like time consuming. Okay? So first, let's just talk about the difference. Let's talk about what it is. What's mindfulness and why it's important, right? So mindfulness is simply the practice of being present. Okay? Literally. It's simply the practice of being present, fully engaged in that moment without so many different distractions and judgments, etc. It's not about emptying your mind or sitting in silence for hours. No, it ain't necessarily about all that. But it is about bringing awareness to your thoughts, your emotions, and surroundings so that you can respond to life with intentions instead of reacting on autopilot. I bet a lot of y'all was just probably thinking like, dang, I think I be on autopilot. You probably do. You probably do. But it's okay. Did y'all know that science shows that mindfulness can reduce stress, improve focus, and even boost emotional resiliency or resilience? And the best part, you don't even need extra time in your day to practice it. It's all about how you approach the moments you already have, literally. Okay, so let's talk about it. Everyday mindful practice. Okay, so these are just some simple ways to bring mindfulness into your daily routine. Okay, so the first one is mindful breathing. With mindful breathing, you can start off with just simply taking 30 seconds to pause and focus on your breath. By inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly, right? So like this. I know you guys couldn't hear me breathing, but you get the drift. So I inhale deeply, took me a breath. Slowly, right? This actually helps reset your nervous systems and bring you back to the present. So anytime you guys, I feel like you're like in an anxiety inducing situation, right? It'll be helpful to like do some mindfulness breathing. I also know some people like to do the countdown method. So breathe in for 3 seconds, breathe out for 3 seconds, hold for 3 seconds, breathe in, breathe out. People do a lot of different ways, so just because I ain't say it the way you did, it don't mean the way you doing it is wrong, right? People do what makes sense and what works for them. Okay. Another way, another mindfulness practice is mindful eating. I know y'all like mindful eating. What? Yes, mindful eating. So instead of rushing through your meals like most of us do, I know I am guilty of that sometimes. But instead of rushing through your meals, slow down. Slow down. Pay attention to what you're eating. Notice the colors, the texture, the flavors of your food. Like really be mindful of what you're eating, what you are putting into your body, right? Take the time to literally appreciate every bite that you take because that's important and it's helpful. It's helpful because it allows you, one, to not chew so fast and then start to get choked up. But like, it allows your food to like just slowly go through your body. One time somebody told me, chew your food 20 times before swallowing it. So that can also be helpful. Now, if you're one of those people that's like, now you finna be focused on counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm chewing, then don't do that. But just take it slowly. Enjoy your food. Enjoy the meal that you made or the meal that you paid for. Enjoy every moment of it. Okay. Another thing you can do is mindful walking, right? So whether you're walking outside or just into another room of your house, just pay attention to the sensations of your feet touching the ground, especially if you are a person that like walks barefooted. Pay attention to everything that's around you. Feel the air around you if you're outside. Let the wind blow. Okay. And then just notice the details you usually overlook. Especially if you're at home. Especially if you're at home and you've been looking for something and you can't find it. And you're like, but I know I've seen it somewhere. Slow down. Just slow down. And just start to pay attention to what's around you and in your surroundings. And I bet you're going to see whatever it is you're looking for. And I bet you're going to see like new stuff you didn't even realize that was there. Or probably that, oh, maybe I should dust right there one day. Right? So I'm just saying. The next thing is mindful listening. I bet a lot of people struggle with that. I'm just saying. We listen and we don't judge. But yeah, when you're talking to someone, like just truly listen to what they're saying. Take in the words that they're using, the tone, their mannerisms. Put your phone down. Enjoy the moment and be one with that person. Focus on, like I just said, the tones and all the other stuff. Instead of just thinking about like what you're gonna say next or all these rebuttals. This is very similar to active listening. Okay? And then the other thing is mindful transition. Okay? Mindful transitions. So before, switching tasks or walking into a new space, again, take those deep breaths, right? And then ground yourself before you move to the next moment. So instead of rushing from like, oh, I gotta do this and I gotta do this, be like, okay, I'm done with this. Let me take a moment. Let me just 30 seconds to breathe, a minute or two to sit, decompress before I'm moving on to the next task or walking into this next place or, into these doors for this next event, etc. Okay? All right. Handling stress with mindfulness. That's the next topic with it. Right? Sometimes, we can't avoid stress. That's just what it is. But we can change how we respond to it. Okay? So, the next time you feel overwhelmed, I want you to simply try the stop method. Okay? So, the stop method is S, stop what you're doing. T, take a deep breath. As y'all can see, a lot of mindfulness is coming back to our breath work. Okay? O, observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. So don't be judging yourself. Okay? And then P, proceed with intention instead of reacting impulsively. Okay? So this small pause can definitely make a huge difference in how you handle things and how you handle the challenges throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month that comes your way, right? Because oftentimes we are impulsive, especially when it's something that just came straight out of left field. And you're like, anybody got time for this? Anybody come see you, Otis? Right? But instead of just being so reactive to it, just be like, you know what? Pause. Let me breathe. Let me observe what's happening. Let me get myself together. Because I don't have, yes, this is not ideal, but I don't have to respond in a way that's going to just make my blood pressure go higher. Okay? And then the last thing about this topic is just shifting your mindset for a more mindful life. This is one of the biggest struggles a lot of people have, shifting their mindsets. Okay? So mindfulness isn't about being perfect. So let's be very clear. Which is why I said this is shifting the mindset is a big struggle a lot of people have because they think they now have to be perfect when you don't. That's not life. No one is perfect. I don't care how nice they want to dress it up and make it seem. No one is perfect. Okay? So it's not about being perfect. It's about practicing presence. Okay? So being in the present moment. Okay? Some days will be easier than others. That's okay. Some days going to be harder. That's okay. But you never give up. Okay? Never give up. Be kind to yourself. Some of y'all so mean to yourselves. No, don't do that. Remember, I talked about the whole self-compassion. Be kind to yourself, okay? The goal isn't to control your thoughts, but to notice them and genuinely bring you back to the present. Because we can get so caught up in our thoughts that it's like, you forget what you're doing in the moment. And everything what you was doing is now going out the window. Okay? So, and also instead of I don't have time for mindfulness, because again, we changing our mindsets. Instead of the whole I don't have time for mindfulness. Who got time for that? You do. Okay? Try I can be mindful in small moments. Okay? Instead of I can't stop overthinking, try I can observe my thoughts without getting lost in them. That's how you're shifting your mindset, right? We're changing the words that we're using. We're going from a negative to something more positive. Okay? Those are small changes that's like life lasting and very helpful. Okay? So, I told you I was going to make it cute, simple, wrap it up, right? So, remember, mindfulness is about making the moments in your life you're already living. Making the most of the moments in your life that you're already living. Okay? Start small. Choose one of those little mindfulness examples I gave you and build from there. You don't have to implement all the skills at the same time. If you want to say, I can start with the mindfulness breathing. Start with it. Start with that one. Then next time you're going to say, let me pay attention to what's around me. Another one that I didn't mention was mindful touch. So you know how like when you are getting ready in the morning, you're putting on your lotion. A lot of people be like rushing, putting on their lotion, or even when they're in the shower, all other stuff. Calm down and be mindful of it. Feel your skin. Notice your skin. Oh, you got a new mole right there. Okay, cool. Do this needs to be checked out? No, it's just a little mole. It's not nothing crazy, right? Or, I didn't realize that scab was gone when I accidentally scratched my hand on a door, or whatever the case may be. Like, mindful touch is super helpful too. So try to incorporate that one. Okay? So y'all, I hope these little tips was helpful. I hope these little tips was helpful. With that being said, enjoy your day. Put in the comments some of the mindfulness things that you want to try out or that you do try and you're helpful so that other people can see what y'all doing and maybe they can try it out too. And spread the word. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with others who you probably know can really benefit from this. I will see y'all again soon.